Hello beautiful people, it's Sinderfam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna be checking this video, and this is from the Whatever podcast. So we're gonna be digging a deep dive or taking a deep dive right into the video. Let's check it out.
Brian, what are your thoughts on the situation with the ML pitcher Trevor Bauer? It is a false accusation case that shows just how some women can be pure evil. I saw the video. I actually reached out to him to see if he wants to be on the show and maybe do a one-on-one interview. So I didn't fully review the thing. But it sounds to me like false accusation ruined his career. It sounded like
I did a video about it earlier. I did some
Okay.
research on it. The woman apparently set him up from the very beginning. She knew how much his net worth was. She got caught texting a friend about how she's going to take advantage of him. She leveraged rough, you know what? I don't know if I can say that on your thing, but she leveraged rough play with the man, and she told him, "Hey, hit me harder," and all this other stuff while they were doing the stuff. And she leveraged that to act as if he beat her, and then she made these accusations. He lost his position. He had a $100 million contract. They suspended him for 2 years. He was out of the MLB, and then it just came out that he was innocent. Women do this. I'll say this, and it's very unfortunate. When I was a cop, 99% of the allegations of misconduct, sexually assault, and all that stuff were all fake.
I mean, is any of that surprising? Because obviously, when people talk about this and how sometimes some of these allegations are fake and whatnot, people come for them or the cancel culture comes for them because obviously, why don't you want to believe all women? Because we're being told in the society to believe all women, right? So whatever the woman says is always gonna be true. Something that the woman did consensually, let's say they both did it consensually, but just because the woman woke up one day or because she got annoyed or she got angry that the man did not give in to what she fantasized, then it's now gonna be something against the man. More like, oh, the man did something wrong and all of that. Don't get me wrong, we've got men who are creepy as well, or men who are creeps as well. But I mean, sometimes some of these women lie, they tell a lie which is not even making sense and it's going to be damaging to the man's reputation, and they just don't care, all because of what?
It's really unfortunate that women who actually that stuff happened to, they don't report it. But some women that do report it, they lie about it. And in my career, I only had 2 real cases. And I had a detective sergeant that was in investigation for 10 years or 15 years, never had a single legitimate case. So it's fortunate that some women do things like that. It makes the ones who are legitimate victims afraid to say something and make people not believe them.
Exactly, and it takes away from the real victims because obviously the most of the real victims, sometimes some of them may not want to relive their experience and all of that, so they rather just deal with it quietly, not talk about it. Because I mean, before now, society would deem it shameful in regards to those or things and all of that. So some of the women, sometimes they just um like, I'm talking about the real victims, sometimes they just brush it off or keep it um and don't talk about it. But you see, there are some people that use it as clout chasers. Like, exactly what is wrong with some people? Honestly, what is wrong? Because this is the thing, when they say believe all women, we don't have to believe all women, because most of the women tell a lie and is rubbing away from the real victims. And when there is an opportunity, then you start hearing different stories and all of that. Now you don't even know which one to believe or what to believe, because obviously lots of people want to fake it, or lots of people just want to tell a lie just because some way or the other they feel like they're gonna be seen one way or the other, which is not even making sense. It's not even helping the real victim. Just imagine people reporting and telling a lie about things that really did not happen. So it just goes to tell you how crazy it's gotten. And then when the real victims come out here to talk about their experience or share their experience, people don't believe them. People would rather believe the people who told a lie or tell a lie than the real victim, because the people or the person who told a lie made it so believable, while the person who is telling the truth to them is not believable. Like, make it make sense. It's not even making sense. It's taken away and robbing away from, or robbing off from the real victims. That's why majority of the time, lots of people be like, okay, or lots of the real victims may just bottle it up and not want to report cases like that, which don't even make sense.
This woman is a perfect example. She made up a whole scenario that she was beaten, and then it ended up being nothing.
Do you think that in your estimation, what if you had to assign a percentage, what percentage of reported incidents of assault, let's say, are unfounded?
What do you mean? That they're not legitimate, or we couldn't get to the bottom of it?
They're not legitimate.
Of assaults with
essays.
Yeah, okay. I would say 80% probably, are probably illegitimate.
And what do you think are some of the motivations typically?
Getting caught. One girl, it was a crazy scenario. She was cheating on her boyfriend. She climbed up on the second story in the room to cheat. Boyfriend come home, catch her. She started claiming that she was getting taken advantage of. So the boyfriend pulls out a knife. The guy puts his hand up, cut his finger off. And they ended up finding out after she admitted that no, she was cheating, and she was afraid that she was getting caught, so she made that accusation. Other young women do it a lot. Unfortunately, their parents find out that they've been interacting with men, or they've slept with somebody and they don't want the baby, so they have an opportunity to have the Plan B pill given to them for free and an STD check at the hospital. And a lot of them go to the hospital and do that not knowing that the hospital has a duty to report. And so we show up to do the report and they make up some fake story. So that has happened a lot of times. Or some women have regret. So they sleep with a guy and then they make the excuse that, oh, I was drunk, or I don't remember what happened, so they can get the Plan B for free. And sometimes they're just embarrassed because everybody now know that they slept with this guy at this party. And that's been my experience. Now, I did work in a college town, so that's mostly the experience that I had was with these young college girls. It's unfortunate, maybe I haven't taken every call, but I know of a lot of women that get taken advantage of and they never say anything. They don't report it officially. Family knows it happened. The trauma comes up later in life and they never reported it. And I wish that we could reverse that.
Exactly. I wish we could even reverse that, because obviously, first of all, we have to start working with the believe all women narrative. We should not be believing all women, because some of them take advantage of the situation or take advantage of it, so just to get some level of attention which is not making sense, robbing off from the real victim. That's why when the real victim don't even report it, it's crazy, because we have lots of people who are traumatized, dealing with trauma, dysfunctional and all of that, more in the society. But with the other women or the other group of people who are taking advantage of this, now picture how many innocent men are out there or might have been in jail just because they've been falsely accused by one woman that one just saw this as an opportunity to take this one guy just because she wanted this guy, and the guy did not give her what she wanted, or she in her own way thought that this was going to be like a revenge or payback or whatever, because she was asking for a relationship. Let's use that scenario, and the guy did not want to give her a relationship and whatnot, or she was looking for something based on a fantasy and all of that. Picture how many innocent victims are put in jail just because of one woman who lied, and we were told to believe all women. Like, picture how many more are there, or how many men are victims of this. But obviously, the women who lie about these things, nothing is really done to them. I think they should start setting examples to some of these women who tell a lie. Let there be an example, be consequences, because obviously, if there are consequences, lots of the women will not come out here to tell a lie when something did not even really happen to them.
Yeah.
Got it. We have a chat here. Dark Shinobi, it's not that rare. They have studies and survey. This is related to the foodie call thing. They have studies and surveys showing that 1 in 3 women have gone on a foodie call at least once. It's gotten so bad they even showed this on Fox News years ago, which tends to hide the truth of female nature. Okay.
But where's the male responsibility? Like, I mean, dude, are you that naive that you can't tell that girl's using you? What investment are you putting into it, or what investment do you expect from her? That's we men got to start taking some accountability for this.
But I mean, there's definitely some women that are very unassuming that you wouldn't know move that way. Like, women are very convincing.
And men are.
It's sad when I hear stories of men being falsely accused of SA and whatnot when it's not even true. Because sometimes you hear stories where many people played to blame the man, to say, oh, it's the man's fault and all of that. Okay, for this case, okay, why would the man not, or why don't the man know that is being used? How would you know if you're being used? Because lots of these women can be so manipulative. Think about Delilah. I mean, she and Samson were in a relationship, obviously, but she was so convincing that the man, that Samson, could not even believe that she was telling a lie, or could not, he believed her. Now, this is the thing: believe all women, and most men fall prey to these women. So, it's the fact that many women are not being held accountable for their actions, because obviously women are not supposed to be held accountable. Women are not meant to be held accountable. So many women do this and go scot free. There should be consequences to women who lie about SA and all of that, so that we don't have to deal with lots of these lies anymore, and innocent men don't go to jail for something or don't get wrongly accused and be put in jail. So I think there should be consequences. If you ask me, there should be consequences, because obviously these lots of the women know that there are no consequences. So picture it: if there were consequences for women who tell a lie or falsely accuse a man or wrongly accuse a man of SA, if there were consequences, do you think you have these outrageous numbers of women reporting false accusation or falsely accusing men of SA? Do you think we'll have this outrageous number? Of course we will not, because they know there are consequences. They know the possible consequences of telling a lie or of falsely accusing innocent men. So let there be consequences, so the real victims out there would get justice, and the men who are being falsely accused also, or who are falsely accused also, would also have justice. I think it's a fair balance. When the feminists are talking about equality, this should be equality of fair judgment, right? There should be an equal balance to it. So let there be consequences to the women who falsely accuse the men. So the likelihood of them reporting or falsely accusing men will not be having the outrageous number. Let me know what you think. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I would really love you to share that. You can share other useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.